Do you owe money to the IRS? If so, this year's tax refund may be affected. Americans are expected to pay their taxes every year. If they're not paid by the deadline, penalties and interest begin to accrue. The IRS begins their collection efforts soon after the annual deadline for personal taxes passes. Delinquent payers are mailed a notice that states the balance owed, payment information and instructions, and a deadline for payment in full. If this notice doesn't prompt a payment of the entire balance, including penalties and interest from the taxpayer, the IRS is likely to withhold refunds of any overpaid taxes due in subsequent years. If you disagree with the amount the notice says you owe, you may be able to appeal the determination. However, this is only appropriate in special circumstances. The IRS communicates with taxpayers through written notices sent via U.S. mail. Be mindful of this if you receive a phone call from someone who claims to be an IRS agent. Requests for payment over the phone by someone impersonating an IRS agent are fraudulent, although these methods are common in criminals' efforts to steal money from unsuspecting individuals. The IRS directs payments of back taxes owed to the U.S. Treasury only. They won't ask you for gift cards or to wire money overseas. If you received a letter from the IRS stating that you owe back taxes, but you're not sure if it's correct, contact the IRS directly for accurate information. A payment may have been missed, or your taxes may have been filed incorrectly. Direct communication with the IRS is essential to avoid costly misunderstandings and mistakes. If you received a notice from the IRS and your records agree with the amount that they say you owe, you may be wondering how the balance affects any future refunds you're due. All refunds of overpaid taxes due to you in the future will be withheld and applied to the balance owed on your back taxes, both federal and state, back child support owed, and student loan debt. Should your refund be enough to settle your back tax balance, catch you up on your child support, or pay off your student loans, the remainder of the refund will be sent to you. The IRS will apply any refunds you're due to your back tax balance, even if you're on an installment plan and have made all of your payments on time. You may be able to appeal the amount the IRS says you owe in back taxes under special circumstances. If an auditor displays an outward racial, religious, or sexual orientation bias against you, the amount owed may be considered illegal according to the federal tax code. You may discover a constitutional discrepancy that must be heard and ruled on by a state, federal, or Supreme Court, or you may simply disagree with an audit, examination, or another method of determination. If you know and understand the tax code in which the discrepancy occurs, you have the right to make an appeal to the IRS. The IRS doesn't require you to have an attorney to make an appeal. To begin the process, file a formal written protest. Full instructions are included on the IRS website. Then, mail it to the address on the form. If you do choose to hire an attorney, you'll need to fill out Form 2848, which legally specifies your power of attorney. If you have further questions, feel free to contact the IRS Collections Appeals Department. They won't try to collect on the debt specified in the notice you received. For more information on personal tax debt, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter.